Hey, Ro, it's great to talk to you again. And this time, it's that time of year when everybody starts to make resolutions. So instead of making resolutions, let's come up with some solutions. So what do you think about that?
I love that. I love that. Solutions last. I am definitely a fan of solutions.
I mean, how many resolutions have you made in the past that, they talk about how the gyms, after the first 2 weeks they're packed and then everybody's gone again.
I think
So
all of my resolutions go out the window by February 13th.
yeah. Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good. So yours have lasted a little bit longer, about six
I have
weeks.
like a 6 week window.
So, so
So,
let's talk about some solutions then. So what can we do instead of having our New Year's resolution, we have our New Year's solution. So what do you think?
to find the solutions, I think it's very important that we really are intentional about doing maybe five key things. First of which is help build skills. So that would lead us into making sure that training is available. Training is a great solution. Teaching people what we want them to know, how to upskill, giving them practical applications to practice in a safe space to learn and ask questions is definitely a great way to find solution that is
Yeah,
sustainable.
and I agree with you. I think in that's kind of like, but we need to remember that one size does not fit all, right?
Very true.
Because some people learn in different ways.
Mhm.
People have different things that they want to do with their life. So it's really about understanding what the size is. I guess, if you think about it like a gift of some sort.
That's true. And you know what? Making sure that in addition to not one size not fitting all, really having clear understanding of what the goal is for the training. I think that's very important. Having
Absolutely.
clear objectives, having clear metrics of success, like how are we going to measure that this has been successful? Having clarity on why we're doing this and what the outcome that we want. Not just training for the sake of training,
Right.
but training with intention. And that also lends into maybe it doesn't always have to be a large scale, training, 4 hour session, half day retreat. Bigger is not always better. So maybe
Right.
looking at it in terms of taking things in small steps. What can I do in maybe a team setting or in a one-on-one check-in? How can I help build skills and knowledge and aptitude in smaller chunks so that it can be directly applied and put immediately into action? Bigger is not always
Absolutely.
better.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you think about it too, I mean, if you do it in smaller chunks, sometimes if you do it over a series, maybe you're going to do a series of training
Mhm.
classes that they have time to build the skills in between and do some practice because there's countless times when I've been to training classes that people say, okay, these are the 15 things that you need to do. And I'm like,
I'm not gonna
okay,
remember 15.
that's way too many. And so
I can remember 15. And I
I
think
can't
it
do
also
15. Sorry.
creates a space, and you make a really valid point because now you've given people a chance to practice and learn
Right.
and
And
then
build.
come back and ask their questions before they start the next skill.
Right.
And
Right.
then to glean from each other about, well, what worked for you? What didn't work for you?
Yeah.
Did you tweak anything? Offering experiences to kind of even get a bigger picture of understanding, which is, I think, is always beneficial.
Perfect. Perfect. And then I always the last thing I always want to talk with when it comes to training and working with people is communication is key. Yeah. that, so I always tell, so I kind of have this mantra that I say to people in training classes. I go, okay, so what you need to do is communicate and then communicate again and then communicate again. And once you've done that, what do you need to do again?
Communicate.
Yeah. So because that's how we learn, right?
Exactly.
If you really think about it, we need people to tell us how we're doing. We need to understand what is the behavior we need to demonstrate. So,
Communicate, 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 and
and
then
then
communicate some more.
Happy New Year,
Happy New Year.
and what are you going to do in 2025?
Find the solutions and
Yeah,
communicate.
and communicate them. Awesome. Awesome.